Look up tonight. The moon is there. It has always been there. You have seen it 1,000 times, that pale face hanging in the darkness, watching over your childhood, lighting the paths you walked as a teenager, sitting silent above the roofs of every important moment in your life. You know the moon. Except you don't. Right now, at this very moment, there is a side of the moon you have never seen. Not once. Not in any photograph you scrolled past. Not in any dream. Not in the entire history of human civilization, not one person who has ever lived on Earth has seen it. Billions of humans have looked up at the moon. Billions have watched it move across the sky. Billions have felt its gravity pull the oceans, felt its presence in the darkness. And every single one of them saw the same face. The other half does not exist for us. It never has. This is not poetic language. This is physics. This is real. The moon is locked to Earth. They dance together. You probably learned this in school. The same gravitational force that keeps the moon circling around us has, over billions of years, squeezed the moon's rotation until it matches its orbit. One side faces us always. The other side rotates away from us always. It is a prison of gravity, a perfect synchronization, a cosmic alignment so precise that it should feel impossible. But it gets stranger. The moon was not always locked this way. 4.5 billion years ago, when it was born from a collision so violent it melted the Earth, the moon spun freely. It tumbled and rotated without constraint. It was wild. But then, slowly, gravity did its work. The friction of the tides, the relentless pull of Earth's mass, these things slowed the moon down, one rotation at a time, until finally, it stopped spinning relative to us. The dance ended. The lock clicked shut. Now it stares. For the first time in human history, we have photographs of the far side. In 1959, the Soviet spacecraft Luna 3 flew around the moon and sent back the first images. The world saw it. We finally looked at the face we had never seen. And what we discovered was not another version of what we knew. It was alien. The side facing us is gentle. It has dark plains of volcanic rock called Maria Smooth, almost peaceful. You can look at the near side of the moon and feel calm. You can trace the outline of the craters with your eyes and feel a kind of order. But the far side is chaos. It is covered in mountains, jagged, violent peaks everywhere. The whole hemisphere looks like it was beaten, pummeled. The craters there are deeper, more severe. The terrain is younger, rougher. Where the near side feels like home, the far side feels like another world entirely. And that is exactly what it is. You live on a planet that has stared at the same face for 4 billion years and never questioned what hides on the other side. The tides that have shaped your entire evolutionary history. The nights that have guided your ancestors. The cycles that have marked every calendar, all of it, comes from a body that keeps half of itself invisible. We never chose this view. We never negotiated it. Gravity made that choice for us, and we accepted it without knowing what we were missing. Until now, you probably did not think about the moon's other side. It was not hidden from you, you just never thought to look. It was not mysterious, because you were satisfied with what you could see. But the moment you know something exists and you cannot see it, everything changes. The familiar moon becomes strange. The thing you have known your whole life suddenly has a secret. That secret is about to change how you see everything. Stand on Earth at night. Feel the ground beneath your feet. That solid, unmoving ground that has never shifted. That is the stable point. That is home. The moon hangs above you at a distance of 384,400 kilometers. To understand that number, imagine driving a car at highway speed 100 kilometers per hour, without stopping, without sleeping, just driving straight up into space. It would take you 160 days to reach the moon. 16 weeks. You could watch a child be born and teach it to talk before you arrived. That is how far away the moon is, and yet it is the closest thing in the universe to us besides the Sunday. The near side of the moon is slightly different in gravity than the far side. This tiny difference, we are talking about a fraction of a percent, has been enough to lock the moon's rotation. But the moon has not just locked itself. It is slowly, infinitesimally slowly, moving away from Earth. Every year, the moon drifts 3.8 centimeters farther from us. That is the width of your thumb, every single year. In 50,000 years, the moon will be far enough away that it will no longer be able to completely cover the sun during an eclipse. The corona will peek out around the edges. Humanity will watch the last total solar eclipse, and we will not even notice it is the last one, because the change is so gradual. Then time keeps moving. In millions of years, the moon will be too far to influence our tides the way it does now. The oceans will slow down. The rhythm that has governed life on Earth since the first cells divided will change. Everything that swims will feel it. Everything that hungers will feel it. The calendar of life will be rewritten. But look away from time for a moment. Look instead at space. The moon is 3,474 kilometers across. That seems real. You can imagine that. You can compare it to something. The moon is about a quarter the diameter of Earth. 1/4. So if you could stack 4 moons side by side, they would stretch as far as Earth's width. Easy to visualize. Comforting almost. Now zoom out. The sun is 1.4 million kilometers across. To fit the sun, you would need 400 moons lined up, all the way across its surface. 400. The moon that dominates your night sky, that has shaped every culture that ever existed, that seems so vast and permanent and real, you could fit 400 of them across the Sunday. The sun is so large that if you were standing on its surface, if such a thing were possible, you would not be able to see the curvature. The horizon would look flat. The sun is a flatness of burning hydrogen so enormous that the horizon appears straight, and the sun is small. The distance from Earth to the sun is 150 million kilometers. That is one astronomical unit, AU. It is the baseline we use to measure everything in our solar system. It sounds like a useful, human-scale measurement. We have grown comfortable saying 150 million kilometers. We use it in equations. We forget what it means. Light from the sun takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds to reach your face right now. Every single photon that has ever warmed your skin has been traveling for that long. The light you are seeing this very moment left the sun before you finished reading this sentence. Everything you see of the sun is 8 minutes in the past. The sun could explode right now, and you would not know for 8 minutes. The nearest star besides the sun is Proxima Centauri. It is 4.24 light-years away. Light traveling at 300,000 kilometers per second, the fastest thing in the universe, takes 4.24 years to reach us from that star. Not 4.24 seconds. Not 4.24 minutes. Years. The light you see from Proxima Centauri started traveling when people were reading different news, thinking different thoughts, living different lives. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, is about 100,000 light-years across. The light from one edge of our galaxy to the other takes 100,000 years to traverse. That is longer than the entire recorded history of human civilization, twice as long. The light from the far edge of our galaxy, the light that is reaching us right now, has been traveling since before humans invented agriculture. It has been traveling since your ancestors first started wondering about the stars. The Milky Way contains an estimated 100 billion stars. 100 billion. Try to hold that number. Imagine 100 billion suns, 100 billion solar systems, some with planets, some with moons, and that is just our galaxy. There are 2 trillion galaxies in the observable universe. 2 trillion. If you tried to count them one per second, 24 hours a day, every single day, it would take 63,000 years. That is how many galaxies there are. The Milky Way, with its 100 billion stars, is not exceptional. It is not special. It is average. Millions of other galaxies are much larger. Stop. Go back. Go all the way back to where you started. You are standing on Earth. The moon is above you. You cannot see the far side. It has hidden from every human who has ever lived. 4 billion years of human and pre-human eyes looking up at the sky, and not one of them has seen what is there. That hidden face is there right now. It is facing away from you. It is rotating at the same speed you are standing still, which is why you cannot see it. The geometry of the system has locked the moon into this position, and it will stay locked for billions of years more, long after you die, long after your species evolves into something unrecognizable, long after your planet becomes uninhabitable. The moon will still face us with the same blank stare. But here is what we have discovered. The far side of the moon is not just different, it is younger. We know this because of the craters. The near side has fewer large craters. This seems backward. The far side should have more time to accumulate impacts. But the far side is higher. Its mountains are taller. Its crust is thicker. This thickness makes it harder for impacts to create the large, smooth plains we see on the near side. The near side has had its surface melted and reformed by volcanic activity over and over again, creating those dark, smooth maria. The far side has stayed mostly unchanged since the moon was young. When you look at the moon through a telescope and see those dark patches, you are seeing scars. You are seeing places where the moon bled lava and covered its own history. The far side never had this chance. It has kept every wound. So when you look up at the moon tonight, you are not seeing the moon's face. You are seeing the healed version, the smoothed over version, the version that has been polished by billions of years of volcanic refacing. The far side is the original. It is the memory. It is the scar tissue that will not heal, and you will never see it from Earth. There is a word for what the moon is doing. It is called tidal locking. It is not rare. Most large moons in the solar system are tidally locked to their planets. The universe does this. It causes objects to face each other forever. It makes partners out of strangers and then seals them in perpetual observation. The universe is full of locked pairs. Mars has 2 moons, Phobos and Deimos. Both are tidally locked. Jupiter has 95 known moons. Almost all of them are tidally locked. Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, all of them have moons frozen in an endless stare toward their parent planet. Some of these moons face their planets with a dark side, just like Earth's moon. No one sees what hides there. No one ever will, unless they travel to Jupiter or Saturn. And it will happen again. Billions of years from now, when Earth has aged and changed, the moon will complete its migration away from us. The day will come when the moon is so distant that Earth itself will be tidally locked to the moon. The Earth's rotation will slow and slow until finally it stops. One side of Earth will always face the moon. The other side will always face away. Humanity will not see this. Humanity will be long extinct. Life on Earth will have transformed into something we would not recognize. But it will happen. Because that is what gravity does. It makes everything lock together, eventually. Think about what this means. The moon has been watching you your entire life. It has been still. It has been constant. It has been there when you were born, and it will be there when you die. It has guided tides that created the conditions for life to exist on Earth. It has stabilized Earth's climate. It has provided light in the darkness for countless nights. And in return, you have given it your eternal gaze. Billions of people, every single night, looking up at the same face. But that face is not the moon's true face. It is the side the moon has turned toward you. It is the side that was shaped by its orientation to Earth. The other side, the side that is scarred and ancient and untouched, that is the moon before it met us. That is who the moon was when it was alone. We can never know the moon completely. Not because we lack the technology, though we do not yet have it at scale. We cannot know the moon completely because the geometry of the universe will not allow it. We are locked in orbit with a stranger, and we will spend eternity looking at only one of their faces. This is what terrifies us about space. It is not the distance. It is not the cold. It is not the silence. It is that we are always partial observers. We are always on one side of a locked system, staring at a version of reality that has been shaped by our position in it. The universe does not care that we want to understand. It locks us in place and shows us what it wants us to see. You cannot walk around the moon from Earth. You cannot leave and come back with a different perspective and see it anew. The geometry is fixed. The dance is set. You are dancing forever, and you only ever see one side of your partner. This is the human condition translated into physics. We are all tidally locked to something. We are all facing one direction, unable to see what hides behind us. We are all locked in orbits we did not choose, staring at strangers we can never fully know, watching faces that are not revealing their scars. The moon is a stranger that has watched over your entire species. It has influenced every culture, every religion, every calendar, every story about the night. Humans have written countless poems about the moon. They have named gods after it. They have stared at it in despair and in joy and in perfect, empty observation. And not one of them has ever seen its real face. Some things are locked away from us by intention. Some are locked away by circumstance. Some are locked away by the physics of the universe itself. The moon's hidden face is the last category. It is not hidden because it is secret. It is hidden because we are on the wrong side of a locked orbit. We are in the wrong place. We happen to be bound to this planet, which happens to orbit this way, which means the moon presents us with only one face, and we will never change that fact. The universe has decided, without consultation, that we will spend all of human history looking at the same face. This is not sad. This is not cruel. This is simply true. The far side of the moon exists whether we see it or not. It is scarred and ancient and real. It has craters we will never stand in. It has mountains we will never climb. It has horizons that will never see the blue light of Earth on them. It exists in perfect solitude, facing away, locked forever in a position where no eye can reach it. You are standing on a planet that is tidally locked to a moon, which is tidally locked to a planet, which is orbiting a star, which is orbiting through a galaxy, which is hurtling through space with millions of other galaxies. Everything is locked. Everything is facing something. Everything is showing one side and hiding the other. The moon has been doing this for 4 billion years. It will keep doing it for billions of years more. And you will stand on Earth and look up at that pale face and never think about the side it is hiding. Because the side that is hidden is not part of your reality. It is not part of anyone's reality. It is the most visible, invisible thing in the sky. The moon stares down at you with the same expression it has worn since before you were born. It is not looking back. It is only looking down. And that is all it will ever do.